everyone, this is Maurizio, editor-in-chief of Power Electronics News and Embedded.com. I am at Electronica in Munich, and I have the pleasure to be here together with Peter Wawer, Division President Green Industrial Power at Infineon Technologies. Hi Peter, good to see you
Hi
again.
Maurizio.
How is it going?
Happy to see you again.
How is it going?
Yeah, I would say very busy fair. Yeah, business at the moment a bit cooling down compared to last time when we met. Right, no allocation anymore, but overall high customer interest and quite a lot of cool innovative products.
Yes, yes. So indeed, the Electronica is one of the most significant trade shows for the electronics industry, probably. Companies are showcasing innovation, key technology. So let's talk about innovation. So Infineon has recognized last September for the Federal President's Award for Technology and Innovation for its development of a new type of energy saving based on silicon carbide. So in the press, correspondent press releases, you said innovative energy solutions and power semiconductors are a core component in decarbonization and fighting climate change. So how do you envision the adoption of silicon carbide, but also gallium nitride, like wide band gap, in terms of decarbonization for heavily industry like transportation, for example?
Yeah. I think first of all I would like to say that we are really proud that we are finalists of the German Zukunftspreis, which is the Technology and Innovation Award in Germany. And I think that nicely depicts the importance of these wide bandgap semiconductors. So the product where we are now the finalists is this 3.3 kV silicon carbide high power module. And just to take this example, if you now use this device for 4G traction drives, right, then you reduce the switching loss by 90%. And that's a very good example how to increase efficiency again based on superior semiconductors. And I think that's the continued story, that we always find ways to improve the overall performance of the systems, either getting more power out of it or reducing losses. And I think that is why we overall are facing still increasing energy consumption, the key, right?
Yes.
Generate as reliable and as efficient as possible and distribute the energy and consume it also in a very efficient way. And that's what we're working on.
So talking about innovation, what other specific innovations Infineon is showcasing in these days at Electronica?
Beside this higher power product I already mentioned, we are also proud to present the first 300mm gallium nitride wafer. So the GaN wafer is at our booth, 300mm. So that's in superior advanced technology on very high diameter wafer, which of course drives down costs. So it's not only that we improve the overall performance, but we also reduce costs. And I think that is very crucial for our customers. You can also see a Citroën on our booth, full electric Citroën, and you see here that now also the full electric car is going down for lower costs. So electromobility started at the high end, the high branded, high valued cars, but it has to become affordable, right? For the average people who do not want to pay a fortune for a very expensive car. So while those cost and efficiencies are improving, we see also such kind of products now revealing. And maybe the latest consumer product, which is also worth to mention, is an LG aircon, where we also provide superior technology regarding also the control of the overall system, again increasing performance and efficiency.
So let's talk about electrification of transportation. So this is a key driver in decarbonization of automotive. And we have to talk, we should talk about powertrain, but also infrastructure. So let's focus on charging infrastructure. This is should be robust to also satisfy the request in terms of charging of different electric vehicles. So what about the different topologies of charging stations, so wired, wireless, battery swapping, or others? So, and talking about charging infrastructure, I should also mention AI and machine learning that can improve, can optimize the charging itself.
Yeah, I think now expanding the infrastructure puts a lot of burden on the energy net. And therefore, of course, since the grid has not been built for such kind of huge additional load which comes up online, we have to find ways to very smartly manage it. And as we can see now, we overall see a distribution of high power charging piles for motorways, for example, for fast recharging of electric vehicles, but we of course also have the wall boxes at home, at least those ones who already have them, right? And so you see distributed requirements all around the grid, and you have to cope with them. And likewise important, you have to manage them accordingly. We also know that the car is most of the time not run, but more than 90% of this time it's parking, right? While we connect these cars to the grid, we have a very good opportunity to provide storage and stabilization based on the battery of the car. So by efficiently and very smartly manage the overall infrastructure, where also the AI aspect comes into play, we do see a huge future for growth for all kinds of semiconductor algorithms, and of course our customers which need to support this growth of the infrastructure.
So talking about infrastructure, we should talk about also standardization of charging infrastructure. So how standardization would impact interoperability and user experience. Also changing with the electric vehicles, it means millions of people should rely on the stability, as also you mentioned. So grid capacity will need to increase to avoid also issues in this regard. So what about what are also consideration in integrating, in improving also charging infrastructure, but from standardization point of view, interoperability and so on?
I think that's a clear key driver for bringing the cost down. You want to have standardized connectors, right? So you don't want to depend on the specific brand, right? Wherever you go, you want to be able to charge your car. That is very clear.
Yes.
So standardization needs to be driven by the industry, and we are part, of course, the standardization gremia, where we want to go for more standardized products. That's in our interest. That's in the customer interest. But as you correctly say, we can and we have to do our best to smartly manage the grid, while still we need to invest into grid transportation capacities. So also HVDC transmission lines needs to be built and needs to be expanded to cope with the ever-increasing demand of electricity.
So talking about renewable energy, so infrastructure should be greener even more, I mean. And we have to use solar energy, for example. And so what about renewable energy in this case? Do you believe, we have heard about nuclear energy, like Amazon, Google for another application. So do you believe in nuclear like renewable energies?
Before I comment on nuclear, I would say the trend and the development of renewables is completely unstoppable because the business case is there since quite a while. So based on the numbers from the market researcher, last year again the forecast was bet significantly. We estimate much more than 400 gigawatts being installed globally. And let's see what the number for 24 will be. More than 400 gigawatts was not at all predicted. And same trend, of course, for wind. And the reason for that is not subsidies, that's important to understand, but it's simply competitiveness, right? Even in Germany, which is not the sunniest place on the world, you can generate now electricity around 10 cent or even below 10 cent per watt peak. So therefore, I think that trend is very clear. But, which is also a very fair point, the predictability and the distribution of renewably generated electricity is a challenge. And for the base load, you need reliability of supply. And therefore, I think also traditional forms like nuclear have a right to play. I clearly say nuclear is not renewable, but definitely nuclear is not putting additional CO2 burden while producing electricity. So there's, I would say, a clear trend that a lot of R&D money is also flowing into nuclear. And so I think for us it's the challenge to manage the mix, to provide the right mix for the consumer, and of course also being able to keep the cost under control. And I think that will be the challenge of the future, and let's see how the nuclear initiatives evolve.
And my last question, Peter, talking about sustainability, climate change, so these are great topics, probably very close to my heart. So raising awareness in terms of sustainability, climate change is important to spread the voice. So how Infineon is educating customers, the community, any initiatives that will come next?
Yeah. First of all, I think we are very aware, right, that we also contribute. We are a manufacturer, right? We use energy, we use chemicals, we use electricity, and therefore we ourselves have set very ambitious targets to become CO2 neutral. We are very good on our way, making good progress. The other aspect is that customers start to ask, what about the product carbon footprint, the carbon footprint of the products we sell? And here we started to launch the PCF initiative, where we provide very detailed data on the product carbon footprint for each part we manufacture. That has been very well appreciated by the customers. So as we speak, more than half of the products are available regarding this information. But of course, we continue to expand until we cover the full portfolio. And we are also happy to contribute, thanks to our products, to overall renewable energy. And so I think also we pay into this account in a positive way.
Great. So, Peter, thank you. Thanks a
Maurizio, it
lot.
was a pleasure as always.
Thanks a lot for your time and have a good day at Electronica.
Thanks so
See you
much.
next.
See you
Thank
next time. Thank you.
Thank you.